Hi guys, welcome to your favorite talk show on Serenity TV. So today with me in the studio are
My name is Victor Gold. Thank you for having me here at this hour.
you're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Timothy, and it's nice being here.
You're welcome.
I am Goodness Chisom. It's nice being here.
You're welcome. So today we'll be discussing on a topic which says the craze for Ponzi schemes and its moral and economical implication in the society. So first of all, before we go into this topic, we would like to know what is Ponzi, because a lot of people actually hear the word but
Okay.
don't actually know what it entails. So
Okay.
we really want to know what is Ponzi.
All right. Thank you very much. I think Ponzi scheme. Let me just give it to you flat. What it means. Yeah, Ponzi scheme is a fraud designed to give investors an impression that an investment is profitable. Laid out. Yeah. Now, it emanated from the 1920s, from Charles Ponzi, where he used some similar variations to scam people during that period. Now, there are three elements of Ponzi scheme. One is the investor fund, which is the money made from people who are investing in a business. Two is a little or no business profits or earnings. Three is little or no legitimate business operations. Okay, so these are the other elements, but these are three major elements of Ponzi scheme. And there's a popular slang for it. We have what they say, rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm being robbed to pay this person, and it goes on, and on like that. I think that's the basic
Thank
definition
you.
of Ponzi scheme.
So
Well, if you say Ponzi scheme is that it's of course Ponzi scheme is more of like shifting finances across board or moving finances across board. It's I think if you check into our system in Nigeria, in fact, before even Ponzi 19, I don't know what's for. If you check the system of saving in the country Nigeria, you understand that we've gone through a phase before the civilization and all where they have this kind of rotational saving. I give you my money after, like, for example, the four of us, we save in a particular form of way. We pick a number, you take first, we save all our money, give to this one, collects first. Then the second person also goes to me, I collect my own, it's my turn. It's a turn the next week, she collects her own. Something like that. They do it on farm also,
Yeah, yeah.
farmland. I don't know, they have to do it around from where I'm from, if I would say. So it's more or less like that. But the problem with this one now is people that are collecting the money most times don't know themselves. But back then, or if I say the way it was being done then, you know yourselves. We know we are five, and it's
yeah,
five of us that will do it, and our marketing money work for us. But recent, most times we don't know the amount of people that are really into it. We don't know the number of people that are really into it. We don't know when it should be my turn, and we know when it should be my turn rather, but we don't know when other people will stop
Pay.
putting in their money.
yes, yes,
I don't know if you get what I mean.
yes.
So it's more or less like that. People still do the normal one, the basic one nowadays.
Yeah.
People still go about, we are like 10, we are 15. So will I say it's fraud? I would not define it as fraud. I will not define it as fraud, but I would say it's a means of making funds.
Okay.
You get it? It's a means of making money, basically.
Oh, thank you very much.
More like get rich quick.
It's not get rich quick. It's not get rich quick. The reason why I would say it's not get rich quick is that when we gather money together, we are more or less contributing
Okay.
to help ourselves. When I make contributing, instead of us having a piggy purse or a piggy vest and we are putting 50 naira every day for 1 month,
Okay.
and let's say you want to buy a new Gucci, sorry, I'm not supposed to mention brand here, sorry.
Go ahead.
So you are supposed to, you want to buy a new shoe and you have a party for next week. You get what I mean? Now you need urgent money, but you cannot start saving 50 naira. So what do? You look for people like minded, just like you, need funds quick. So you be like, okay, you know what we'll do? Let's do this kind of contribution.
Yeah.
You put your money today, I take it. Tomorrow, it's your turn. All of us. It's easier for you to get money. It's not get rich quick, but it's easier for you to get money at that point.
Okay. Sorry. If I should come into that part now, the part you explain,
Yeah.
like it's something we normally see on our daily societies. These are things that happen. But in this case now, This case whereby you put your money, because it's kind of, we'll say it's fraud. Because someone, how do you expect? Because the reason why I think people fall victim to this is because someone would tell you, okay, you have to invest 100,000 and you're getting a 500,000. How is it possible? When you know you actually did not sell anything or you did not purchase anything.
Now the deal is, this is how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
It's going round.
Okay.
So I'm putting 100,000 to get 500,000 naira. Yeah. So what happens is, once I'm putting my 100,000 naira into the business, there is a saying that we are investing it for you. But the truth about the matter is, as I put my 100,000, another person is putting 100,000.
True.
So another person is putting 100,000. Another person is so it is supposed to go round. Even after putting my 100,000 naira, at the later end, I'm supposed to, okay, that's why they tell you that bring new people into the, so that it goes round. So will I tag that as fraud?
No.
Maybe, because they did not explain it to you that this is how it works. They just tell you, you put your money in the business, then you get so amount of profit.
Okay.
No,
Sorry.
absolutely-
Okay.
no, this is wrong.
Okay.
Listen, yeah. Look, there's difference between I want to save
Yeah.
and I'm saying where I'm saving at.
Yeah.
And someone
just
come up to me and
invest
tell
in-
me, invest your money in this.
Exactly.
You will
Okay.
make 600,000 naira.
Exactly.
Do not worry, go to bed, go sleep. Your money works for you.
Yes. You just
Now,
have-
I don't know how the money is working for me, but I'm
Okay.
expecting 600,000 naira. Now, Ponzi scheme was not created for you to profit from it. That's the first thing you know. Now, it was created because it is to attract. Now,
Yeah.
it attracts early investors.
Well, basically, most business is to attract.
No, hold on.
Every business is to attract.
In this
investors.
case,
Okay.
it was made to
To
attract
investors.
early investors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you, about 5-10 persons benefit from it,
Yes.
they know that you will go and send the good news
Exactly.
that, oh,
Yeah.
this thing is paying, and that is what they want. So they attract you first. You go out, you preach the message to them. People come in numbers, and once you see that we've gotten enough persons, they close it off.
So,
Bear in
hold on.
mind,
So that means actually that it's correct that people still benefit from it. Do they or not?
Those are the
No,
early
no. The point:
investors.
do people benefit
no,
or
no,
not?
no. Listen, you are
Okay.
benefiting wrongly from this thing.
How? How is it wrong?
Okay, how are you not benefiting from it?
Exactly.
Okay, like I said before, you started a business.
Okay.
You mentioned saving about how it was done before, where people, our parents back in the day, you will come together, let's save money. I pick first, pick a number. Number 1, number 2, number
Yes.
3, number 4. Yeah, we understand that one. We know that I know that on this day I'm supposed to collect my money.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
In this case, someone comes to us and tell us, listen, guys,
Mhm.
there is a business. And in this business, you have to invest so amount of money. Now, on so day,
You're making this.
you are making this amount of money back. Meanwhile, in the former one, we know that it is the money we are contributing
Yes, that we
that
are
will
getting
go around
back.
to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this case,
You don't know.
we don't know who, but we
Okay.
just know that on Saturday
We
next
are
week,
getting the money.
600,000 naira is
Okay.
coming to my pocket. And like I said before, it is greediness that causes all these things. Because first of all, where do you think the extra 500k is coming
It's
from?
coming from. Yeah.
But I think it's clear. I think a lot of people know how this thing works. I think a lot of people, unless we decide to pretend that we don't know how it works, most of us know that this is how it works. That it's something that circulates, that go round, that everybody get their share, whether we like it or not. That is the truth. Is the basic truth. So if you are saying that it's not a business venture that is supposed to make people profit from it, no. I feel that it is when the individuals themselves feel that people are no more keen into it, they stop. And at that point of stopping, some people lose. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So when they find out that, oh, at this point in time, nobody is bringing in money again, nobody wants to contribute into the business again, nobody is coming through, it's not circulating, they stop. Because whether we like it or not, we've seen people that have done it, they've benefited from it, and they are not part of the organization. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. I think that is also the part where he was saying that is this scheme is to attract you.
Yeah, I said it before. I
When
said
they
it earlier.
attract those new investors, they
Exactly.
come because they have to have people who go out there and give testimonies
Okay.
to
yeah.
bring new investors.
Exactly.
So, and when they keep getting investors,
Mhm.
I think once the money is not, like you said, the money is no longer circulating. Because if you say to ask someone to bring 100,000 and I'll pay you 500,000, and the person brings, you are collecting 100,000 for 5 different people to make sure you pay one person.
Exactly.
So when the money is no longer everybody, okay, you collected your own and you came to me and tell me that, okay, there's this business going on that you have to invest so and so amount. Now, let's be sincere. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Because if we look at it in this aspect, we feel like the reason why most people fall victims into this is because I would say it's greed.
Obviously.
Greed.
I would say because
No,
okay, no. Let's put it straight now. Let's put it straight. Because you don't tell me you will actually. I didn't work for anything. I didn't buy anything from you, and you're telling me that I'm getting 600. So the question is, before you invest in something, you actually have to ask yourself, where is this extra 500,000 coming? It's not like you're seeing the company or you know
Okay.
where it's located.
Okay. First of all, I think
Okay.
it's not greed.
Okay.
I think everybody generally wants to make money,
Okay.
whether you are Timothy or Dangote, whether you are this or that. The sole aim of every individual is to make more than they have, unless you're lying to yourself that you don't want to make extra of your money, of the money you make.
Okay.
That is when. So you try to make extra of what you make. You call it greed.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
No, you have to answer that.
We'll get back to
You
just
have
hold
to
on.
answer that. You try to make
sorry.
extra.
Okay, sorry. We'll get
Let me
back to
help
that. Let's go on a short
Should
break.
I
We'll be
help
back.
you?
Just hold on. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Thank you. So welcome back, guys. It has been a really, really intense topic here in the studio. So my colleague here was asking if I had
If you would want
if
to
I would
have
want
more
to have
of
more.
your salary or your earnings, or you're okay with what you have
Okay,
right now.
okay. Let's be plain here.
Okay.
Let's be plain here. Nobody out there that will say he or she doesn't want an extra money.
Exactly. So will you call
Okay.
that greed?
No.
Let me help you.
Okay, go
Should I
ahead.
help you?
Yeah, go ahead. Please.
Amazing.
Okay.
Now, from your angle here,
Okay.
you said there's no one that doesn't want extra money.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, but we are critical of the means by which the extra money comes.
Ponzi.
Okay. Now, I want a plus on my salary. But now, remember, let's go back to my definition of Ponzi
Yes.
scheme. I said Ponzi scheme is a fraud designed to give investors an impression
Yeah.
that an investment is profitable. Now, it's not far-fetched here. Let's not delve much from this. Okay? I'm creating this stuff. I'm making it attractive to you. But beneath this thing, I know the purpose.
You were hoping to answer the question.
yeah,
You've not answered my question.
I'm coming, yes.
Okay.
I'm creating this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very attractive on the face. But beneath this stuff, I know that really, I only want to make money from this and run. Now, how Ponzi scheme works in lying to you that which I was answering the question is, people are invited to this thing.
Yes.
You look attractive on the face, and after a while, that is why you see it doesn't last long.
Wait.
They wait for the peak moment where they know people are now on board,
Victor,
and then they run.
the question is right now what you're earning, where you work.
It doesn't.
Would you want more or less?
That is because
Is that
I
greed?
work for it. That is what I know.
Is that greed? No. I'm asking the question. Is it greed?
You are missing the question.
Do you want more?
You are missing the question.
Hold on now, Victor. Do you want more?
Okay, my salary, I want it to be
Do you?
Yes.
Are you
I
greedy?
know.
Are
But
you greedy?
I know.
You know the source of
Listen,
I'm asking the question.
I'm working 31 days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm working manually.
Okay.
I work on radio.
All right.
I talk every day of my life.
Okay.
I know how these things go.
Do
I know
you
the
want
income that
more?
comes to
Do you
my
want more?
office.
Do you want
Okay.
more?
Now, if my boss changes his mind at the end of this month and pays me triple of my salary, I'll be worried.
Which?
Yes.
Hold on.
You'll be worried.
Okay.
But
Okay.
hold on.
I'm not done yet. I'll be
Okay.
worried. Why would I be worried? I know how much is coming into the station.
Yes.
Okay.
Why should you pay me triple by
Are you the financial manager? Are you the financial manager of your
This
company?
money is.
Okay.
Bro,
I will ask
you
questions.
are the OAP. You don't ask
You
questions.
understand?
Your own is the money is coming in. You want the money. I'm very sure. Off camera, access camera. Let's
Okay.
one on one as guys.
Okay.
I'm very sure you never ask the question. Please, is it really? I'm very sure. I'm very sure you never asked the question. Where's the money coming
Did
from?
you get what I
Honestly,
said now?
yeah.
I said my current salary.
Okay.
Yes.
If at the end of this month of June,
Okay.
I'm paid 3 or 4 times
Okay.
what I'm paid,
All right.
I won't
You
go to
ask
worry.
questions.
I'm asking a
Why did you
question.
pay that much?
Would you want more? I had not asked a question. Will they pay you more? I've never. Hold on, keep quiet. I've never even told you they'll pay you more. You're already accepting more.
Oh,
I asked the question, do you want more?
but
But you're already accepting the
how
more.
does me wanting more
Okay.
relate to
Do
Ponzi?
you want more?
I want more, obviously.
Are you greedy because you want more?
I'm not greedy, but I work for it.
So why would you say
I'm working for
why
it.
would you say people are greedy? Get good. That's why I asked her the question. When she say people are greedy, why is that, that's why they get into Ponzi scheme? And I'm asking, why would you say people are greedy?
Okay, now, sorry. So the reason I said that,
Okay.
now the one the scenario you're trying to bring in is something I'm certain about.
Okay.
Something I know for a fact. I know where I work. I know how it runs there. I know that, okay, if I'm getting an extra, there has to be a reason for me getting an extra.
Okay.
Do you understand? Now, in this Ponzi scheme of a thing, you don't know. You have no idea
Let me-
what this business stuff is all about. You're only told there's a business on
Okay.
ground
Okay.
that all you have to do is make an investment,
All right.
and you have like 5 times your investment.
Okay. Okay. Let me come in there.
Okay.
Do you want your source of income to only come from where you work?
No.
Should it be from only where you work?
No, it shouldn't.
Now, let me put in another question. A lot of people invest. Yeah, have you
Yeah.
heard of investment?
Yes.
Have you ever invested? I don't know.
Yes,
Just
I
asking if you- Do you know where the money you're investing is going to?
It depends.
I'm asking a question. Do you know where it's going to?
That is so, before I invest, I'm setting up a thing. Maybe I say,
You
this is
are-
a company,
you
and
are-
it has been there for ages.
What if the company
Before I
folds the
invest.
day you invest?
Okay, sorry. Let's take this. Let's take this Milo brand, this Milo company, for example.
Okay.
You are investing in Milo. It has been there for ages.
Okay.
It is not just going to crash.
Oh, but
As
we
it
know
is.
that in the last 3 years, if I'm right, we've had
Okay.
about 3 companies leave Nigeria.
Even
Okay.
banks too. So
We've
Let me-
had companies
let me
go
help you
down.
again.
Okay,
Let me
go
help you.
ahead. Go ahead.
Now,
Why are you guys conniving?
We are not
I would love to
conniving.
ask you a question.
We are not conniving.
I'll ask you. Now, let's assume,
Okay.
let's assume that thing you're wearing on your hand here.
okay.
I ask you, do you make this? You tell me you make this here. How much would you make this for me? You told me, okay, I can make it for you for 50,000 naira, and you made it for me, and I paid you 500,000 naira. Would you not have cause to worry?
Yes, I will.
Now, would you ask me?
Uh,
I will ask you why.
wait. Let's be truthful right here.
Yeah,
You will be worried.
Yes.
I give you 500,000 naira.
Because of
for
the
a
bracelet.
50,000
Because of
naira.
50,000 naira. Yes, I will.
Oh,
have
hold
to
on,
worry.
hold on. You be worried.
Yes.
As a Nigerian that you are.
Yes, I have to.
Honestly.
I will be.
You
Hold on now.
country.
Wait, chill. Hold on. Let's be frank.
Yeah.
You see the guy that you're seeing the thing to, and you know the guy is capable of doing it. Would you be worried?
You still ask questions. You still
I
ask
will
Would you be
questions.
worried?
Like
Don't.
So all the going to church, I need divine favor, divine blessing, and you see it in front of you, you're worried of.
No,
Hold on.
that's-
Where does divine favor come from?
No.
No, where does
Later.
it? What is called divine favor?
Okay.
Answer the question.
You don't have to say if, like you said, if this is 50,000 naira and you
Okay.
send 500k, right?
Okay.
Then I have to be questioned. I have to ask
If
you,
you
Am
want
I-
more,
Okay.
why would you send me more than what?
We bargained for.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how it works.
So-
You
you can't-
ask the question, why do you send me more?
Yes.
Would you reject it?
I won't reject it.
Would you
The
send
money
it back
has
to the
already
person?
entered.
I will ask questions.
I'm
Then
asking,
if
hold
wait,
on. Would you see, because if you are saying that you are curious about where the money is coming from, the first thing you should do once the 500,000 come in, you say this is devil's handwork.
No.
Should not be. No, hold
No,
on
now.
now. Should not. But in your mind, you are saying, "Hey, hallelujah."
you know,
In the same mind, you are shouting, "Where is this money coming from?" So you have God and devil fighting within.
I don't even
As
know.
long as-
Hold on. But if you have to trust God, you are supposed to say that, okay, I return this money because this is not what I sell.
You are
So
missing this.
yeah,
thing.
yes,
You're
you are
missing it.
like wait,
You're missing
actually.
it. I'm never know my answer here.
Okay.
He mentioned companies folding up.
Yes.
Okay, let's come out to banks here.
Okay.
I buy a share in the bank.
Okay.
Okay, and during that period when Diamond Bank merged with Access Bank,
Access,
yeah,
yeah.
now they had a lot of customers, yeah, and some felt the company had folded up and all that. Let's assume I bought a share in that bank, and I am guaranteed that if that bank, that is why CBN makes sure that every bank has liquidity,
Yes.
in the sense that if you fold, we can be able to pay. I'm not done. We can be able to pay your customers. Whatever happens to you, we don't care. But your customers, we pay them from the money you have in reserve. Now, if this bank decides to fold today, I'm not scared. Why? Because I know my money will be paid to me. But in Ponzi scheme, most of the time, you don't even know where the company is. I'm not done.
Okay.
Most of the time, you don't even know where the company is.
All right.
We just know they just put an address there. They put, oh, it's in social place. That okay. One happened said CBEX happened recently. Yeah, that a lot of persons deposited their money. It came in form of a forex kind of form that deposits your money, and this is how it works. And then CBEX folded. Ask him or ask anybody, where is CBEX office?
They will show you in Lagos.
They will show you separate office.
Actually, yeah, they'll show you.
Now, the office
You can search
people
it.
went to in Lagos,
Okay.
when it folded eventually, was empty.
Yeah.
But if a bank closes today, I can conveniently, there's a bank.
You go to where?
There's a bank I make use of.
Okay.
Whenever I pass by the bank every day, I stop by the bank. I just say, my money is here. If anything happens to my money, I'm coming to my money. I'm not done yet. Now we have there's this money online mobile apps that we now make use of now.
Okay,
OPay and
exactly.
stuff. Now we have people that are still skeptical about
Yeah.
OPay and all
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't even know where their office is at. Money pay and stuff. So some person will tell you, you're keeping money here. Why would you keep money here when it's risky and stuff?
Mhm.
Now you can't blame them because they feel it's more better I keep my money in a
the
bank, physical bank,
Yes.
that I'm seeing
Exactly.
this thing than keep my money where I don't even know
I
where
don't
their
even
office is
know.
at. Now, Ponzi scheme is similar to this.
So, are you going to say that these mobile or these internet banking apps are false?
I never said
No, that's what you're coming from. No, that's where it's coming from. Because if you say, hold on, because if you say CBEX is a fraud because you don't have an office, then I will put it to you that you are saying right now that the app you use, I know you have it.
Okay.
I used to transfer. In fact, you transferred today also with that same app. It's a fraud app. I'm not going to mention the name because that's where you are going from. So, in this today world, you need an office.
Listen, Timothy.
Wait first. Now you need a physical office. Hold on now, because we have seen so much institutions. Some people do online banking, online trade without even knowing where the office is. You want to buy something from a particular company. I don't want to mention the brand. They are popular. You request from them, and they send it to you. Do you know where their office is? I'll mention one. There's Alibaba.
Yes.
Do you know where Alibaba office is?
I know where it is.
Where?
It's in China.
China.
Yes.
Have you gone to China before? If you send a good to China, if you buy something from China, if you buy something from China, and they not send it to you, would you go and meet them?
They have a customer care service.
Would you go there?
They have a customer care service.
Exactly, CBEX has a customer care service.
Have a customer
Check
care
it.
service. They don't.
Check it.
Because when you call them, it's not going through.
And aside that,
the number you dial is switched off.
Aside that, wait. Aside that,
Okay.
we talk about investing in banks and the banks not close. Do you know that there are some investors in this country that once the bank folds their business, their money folds too? Depends on the kind of investment you are into. Do you know that?
What are you saying?
Yeah, it's
Give us
called.
an example.
There are different type of. Not that you want to take me back to secondary school. There are different type of how will I put it now? Business. Yeah, we have the sole proprietorship, you have the partnership, you have the limited liability company. So if you are investing in, let's say, in a limited liability company, they have I forgot what they call this one, the guaranteed and I'm trying to remember, please don't record this part, I beg. I beg. So we have the guaranteed and the limited. I don't know, I'm trying to remember right now. I think just skip my
Let's
head.
not go far.
Now, chill.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. Now, there are some companies you put your money that once the company folds, your money folds. And you cannot question anybody.
My money fold.
Now, there's this particular shareholder that once you put your money, once the business crash, your shares crash too.
Answer the question.
So if you are putting your
money
money in that category, that means you're a big man, you're a top boy, and your money and the company goes down, your money goes down.
If Dangote falls today,
And your money is in that particular shares,
Dangote falls today,
and you buy that particular shares.
will my money go?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes.
I think. Sorry to short. I think you guys are digressing.
Yes.
Okay.
What we are talking about here, what we are focusing is this Ponzi scheme. We're not talking about like maybe this particular aspect of it you're trying to bring in. We're talking about how people fall victims to this. What it's like these Ponzi schemes. We've made the definition already. What is it? That is what we're talking about. But you're digressing way far from it.
Yes.
Okay, let's not move too far. Now let's look at the moral implications of it. Let's look at the moral implications because everything has implications. We have the good side and we have the bad side of it. So now let's look at the moral implication of Ponzi schemes. So what do you think? What is the moral implication of Ponzi scheme?
Did you partake in MMM?
MMM, no, I
You
didn't.
didn't?
So my
Okay.
mom did.
Your mom did.
Yes,
She
and
lost
she
money also.
invested up to 500K or thereabouts.
She gets it back.
She did.
She
And
did. Or she didn't?
it happened, let me say this, peer pressure, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our family, okay, let me say you're my brother, right? And you tell me, see, I did this and it worked out for me. So why don't you try it too? He did. That was what my mom's sister did to her. She invested 500K to it and expecting to be paid. Then during that week, she heard that it has crashed. So that was very disastrous for her. It's only by God's grace that she didn't even commit suicide then.
Hmm.
Yes.
Now,
So
I want
check
to
it around to 2018 or thereabout.
Is your mom
So-
greedy?
Oh my God.
No, I asked a question.
Okay,
Please,
okay.
hold on before you answer. Focus the camera on her so your mom can see this part. Is your mom greedy?
Okay, I won't call that greed. Wait, please, excuse me. I won't call that greed. I would say it's
Very greedy.
oh my God. I would say is I'm trying to double up my
your earnings, yeah.
Earnings,
So you
yeah.
agree with me that she's not greedy?
she's not greedy.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me help you.
Wait,
Okay.
another thing is remember
The helper is
that
in the building.
wait
He can
another
help
thing
you.
is it was like you said investors, right?
Okay.
Bring someone
Mm-hmm.
to double up your money or something like that. Once you pay, or once I bring someone and pay,
Okay.
and then how will I say it? I pay, I invest my money. Then you too, I'll have to bring you to into the
Business
yes,
also.
so that if you pay in your money, then they can then pay you. So that was how it went.
Exactly.
You understand? She even brought friends. Then it was very funny. She brought people then, and then all of them got scammed.
Would we call it scam because some people also benefited from it?
What
So is this-
let's go to
Is this scam? No, it's still the same thing we are talking about.
I think if from the look of things here, I'm beginning to think maybe you are the founder of CDEX.
I'm not.
Okay, what are the moral application of this here?
Okay.
Okay, how? Okay, the Bible says.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's the Bible.
Go
I'm
on,
not
go on.
sure. Do not gamble. It's part of 10 commandments.
Okay.
Okay, but we know gambling is not good. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Do not steal is in the Bible. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Now, what are the moral or what is the moral implication of Ponzi scheme? Now, let's bring it out to general, to the generality of everyone around here. Now, MMM came out. A lot of persons partook in MMM.
Yes.
Yeah, people, withdrew funds from the bank. My mom personally sold her gold, jewelries,
Wow.
amounts to millions of naira.
Must be very greedy.
Lost the money. Lost the money. No, now why I mentioned greed earlier on, which is part of the moral implications, is I invested 50,000 naira. I got 150K.
Okay.
This they lure you in. Now I got 150K. I felt, oh, if I can invest 50,000 and get 150,000, that means if I invest this 150,000, I can also get more. That is where the greed comes in. Now I invested my 150K, and now along the line, the money went.
Yes.
Now you see people now when these things come out, people are like, oh, this is the fastest route to get money. Yeah, we start borrowing money. We are not even thinking about what if, because everything we do in life is risk. We all take risks. We don't know where it will lead. Might lead here or might lead here.
That is the word you should be
You
using.
understand?
That
We
is
all take
actually the
risks.
word you should be
But there
risk.
are bad risks and there are good risks.
Okay.
There are bad risks.
Wait.
And there are
Okay.
good risks.
Hold on.
I'm not talking about the
Wait,
moral
hold on,
implication.
wait. When you say risk, why will you say something is a bad risk and a good risk? Risk is risk. Risks mean that the tendency for you to fail is there.
Okay.
So there's nothing like a good or a bad one. When you say something is risky, like for example, you are traveling on the road and the door is open. Your car door is not closing well, but you still have to travel. It's a risk. Yes or no?
Let me give you an example of good risk.
Okay.
In the Bible, when Jacob had to battle the angel, Jacob was wealthy already, yeah? But he wanted more. Normally, a man should not be able to battle with an angel. Am I right or wrong? Because we believe angels have supernatural powers and stuff. But he wanted more than he had at that moment. Now, you would want to say it's greedy, isn't it? Now,
Wait,
I'm sure you want to say it's
hold
greedy.
on.
But then he battled the angel.
Hold
to
on,
the point where
hold on.
the angel had to say, oh,
I don't do religion. You know me very well. I don't do all this religion kind of thing. But I'll tell you something today that when he met with the angel,
okay.
the risk of him dying is more than the risk of him being alive. Yes or no?
But it was a good risk.
Hold on, I'm asking you.
Because
Hold on.
That is why
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing like good or bad.
bad risk.
How?
He took it because in himself he felt this thing I need more.
That is
And
the
if you
point.
need more, you go for more.
That is the point.
You
Everybody
battle with the
thinks.
angel and won over. But what is
Everybody
bad
thinks
risk?
they need more.
What is bad risk?
Okay.
Let me give an example of bad risk.
Okay.
Since you're mentioning this now, what is bad risk? I need to look for an example to make use of bad risk now. Now, look at this plate right in front of us here. Okay, so I draw this plate further to this point now. Let
the
me give an
edge.
example of what I mean. I draw this edge,
Okay.
and I'm expecting that there's 50 times that this thing will fall, and if it falls, it will break, isn't it?
Yes.
But I'm trusting God that this thing will not fall.
Wait, chill. Hold on.
I claim.
You say
hold on,
you
hold on,
say
hold on.
50-50
I'm not
chance.
done yet. I'm
Risk.
just
Okay.
and I'm testing God that God, I believe in the power that you have.
Okay.
That this spirit will not fall.
Okay.
What does that? What does that mean? Am I putting God to test?
Yes.
You are.
No. Wait.
But
Chill.
in the first place, why should I-
Let's go to
Yes.
your first example. When Jacob fought with the angel, is he putting God to test?
It was
Hold
not
on
putting
now.
God to test.
Answer the question. Why? Why is it not putting
God was not even
Because normally angels are more powerful than God. Do you agree with me? With me?
angels are powerful than
Agents
God.
are powerful
Sorry,
than God.
than humans.
Okay, yes.
Strength wise. So for him to fight the angel is not good or bad. I don't think this is good or bad. But if you have to put it in your own way, it's bad. Because the tendency for him to die from the angels.
No,
You know, he even got injured. Do you know he got injured?
I never said him battling with the angel was a bad thing. I just
You said it was a good risk.
No, that was a good risk worth taking.
How?
There are risks that are worth taking in life. That just have, for example, you're at your parents' house and you feel you're not seeing things work out. I can decide to leave my parents' house and go to a far place, hustle money, and come back.
Risk.
But now I'm not sure. Okay, an example. When I was done with school, I left home. I went to Lagos.
Okay.
No one knew where I was for a year. Well, it was a risk I took.
Good or
But
bad?
it seemed bad.
It is the turnout.
At that point.
That is the point.
But I
There's
knew-
nothing like good or bad. It's
No,
exactly.
I knew what I was
The ends
going
justify
for.
the means.
I knew what I was going for,
Okay.
and I went for it. I learned a whole lot in that period.
But you actually didn't know the outcome of it.
Obviously I knew what I was going for. But in this one, let's bring now back to Ponzi scheme. I'm investing 100,000 naira with the promise of getting 1 million naira, and I'm wondering where with the 1 million? I'm not seeing no shop anywhere, but I'm told that a system will roll.
Do you? In
and
fact,
1 million naira
in fact, we are
will
taking
hit
this
my
to another
account
end.
on Sunday.
Do you have an OP account?
Yeah, I do.
Do you put money in OP account?
Yeah, I do.
You put up to 500,000 naira in OP account.
Yeah, I do.
Do you know OP office?
I know where OP office is in Lagos.
Where?
It's in
They
Lagos.
just office. When did they open the office?
It's in Lagos.
When did they open OP office?
been there for a
OP
while.
is the only. I think the one I know of is Money Point. I'm very sure. Hold on. I'm very sure Money Point have an office.
Okay.
I'm not sure OP has an office. I've not seen OP office yet.
But we know OP is
As last time I checked. Hold on now. And I've not seen what do they call it again? Palmpay's office yet. Last time I checked. But you have to pay 1,000 naira. So if the app crashes today, what will happen to your money?
But we know OP is
You
backed-
don't even have investment.
Hold on.
Though.
But we
It's
know,
not investment.
But we know OP is backed by
It's not investment. You know it's not investment. Just put your money in it.
Yeah.
Just
That
put
is
your
not
money and
investment.
withdraw
That is
it now.
it. It's not
Yeah,
investment.
get through
That
time
is the
with
point.
money.
This one is now worse because you don't even know you're not collecting anything from it.
No, we are talking about investment here.
That is the same
That
thing.
is not investment.
So if you are saying the shop is the problem, then how?
You are contradicting yourself.
All right, Mr. Timothy, please hold on. Let's go on a short break. We'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Welcome back. So now I have a question. How does this Ponzi scheme affect the nation economically? How does it affect? Because I read somewhere that a family lost about 18 billion during this when the crashed. So how does it actually affect the country?
Well, if I'm being honest, we talk about Ponzi scheme most times. It's always ending up in a very, very unfair situation for some people, while some
Okay.
people make from it. So, if I'm to say how does it affect us economically, it depends on the aspects we're coming from. We're talking about the GDP of the nation, or we're talking about the individual income. For some people, they had much more coming to their account. Some people with more money, which also will translate into spending, which also will make sure that the country is getting more money into their coffers. While some other people we see that they lose a lot of money, which means that of course they will not be able to spend much.
Mm.
In fact, they will spend lesser than they've been spending,
Mhm.
even though they are the richest in the world or something. But the thing is, the money is still circulating in the country's economy,
Okay.
except or unless the scheme is from abroad. Basically, so the money being spent is still in the same economy, still in the same country. It's not going out. So economically for the country, it has basically little or no effect. But when it comes to individual pocket, it does have a massive effect on the receiver and on the loser.
It has an effect on the receiver. How?
Because you have more money, you can spend more.
But like I said, the economic effects it has in the country.
Yeah.
Someone can just after gaining much money from it, can just up and leave the country and go to another place to invest.
Yeah.
So the country has
you-
actually withdrawn to shambles.
Oh,
So
chief.
you saying that it's still rotating in the country, I don't think it is.
You hop and leave the country. It's not as if you pack the money in the Ghana must go and take it out. You cannot fly out of the country with money in the Ghana must go.
Like
It's not
people, they are
possible.
money laundering now.
It's not
It's
possible,
Ghana-
but it is
Yes,
illegal.
please. Thank you.
No money is circulating.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay.
no money is circulating. Because if about 20 persons join this Ponzi scheme, 3 persons were able to make money from it.
Mhm.
Now, what happens to the remaining 18? They lost their money.
Mhm.
How is the economy benefit from it? They're not.
No, you see,
Now,
see,
first,
see.
I'm
There's
not-
something
you
you
make your point.
there's
You make
something
money.
there's something they call.
You make your polemic
Okay.
money. Now, I brought the scheme into Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, the 4 of you bought into my scheme.
Mm.
Yeah, you made money for me the first week you started.
Yes.
Now you lost money to me. Now, how is the money going around the economy again? Because the
Wait,
money is coming to a
Wait,
single
wait,
account.
wait. There's something.
I can wire my money offshore
Exactly.
and go out of this country. I can even buy Bitcoin with my money and leave.
Yes.
Now, money is not flowing anywhere. So what this means is that before you had 100,000 naira, before you had 1 million, now you are 1 million short, you are 100,000 naira short. Now you have to go back to square one to start making 100,000 naira back. And this sets the economy back. Remember, there are times in this country where you will even go to the main road, there's no money, there's no cash. You will tell me, you will hear people telling you there's no cash in the country, there's no money flow. Money is not flowing anywhere. Now, so which money is circulating?
Wait, hold on.
When
First,
you already
hold
lost
on.
100,000 naira, you lost 1 million naira, and about 1 million other persons, because the last CBEX that happened, over 456,000 people lost money. And they lost no small. I know someone that lost almost $100K.
Oh my God.
They lost a lot of money. Now tell me, this person that lost this money, how is the money lost still being circulated in the system?
Alright,
No money is going on anywhere. We've
Okay.
all lost money.
Okay.
And now this sets us back. Because now we have to now start from the scratch, start hustling to get money, and in turn, things become increasingly difficult. You own a supermarket, yeah. You partook in CBEX. You lost 10 million naira. Now, where would that thing bounce off? The bounce off for me, the consumer, because now you go to your supermarket and increase the price.
Yes.
Wait,
Because you
hold
want
on.
to make that money
Hold
back.
on. Hold on.
Now you are inconveniencing me. I know I'm buying this sweet from you 10 naira before. I come here, I see 15 naira. Why is it 15 naira? Well,
It's in
and yet there's still
Yes.
value added tax on it. That means it's 20 naira. Because you want to make the money you lost to CBEX back.
Yeah.
You have increased the price of your product.
You know that is not true. You know that is not true. That your last iteration is not true. Why? Because you have no right to increase the price of goods and services.
Are you
And hold on now, hold on. Individual cannot.
Oh,
Individual cannot. It should be a general thing. First of all, if your company crashed because you invested in a business that fails, doesn't mean that if you start selling a sweet that is 15 naira for 120 naira, I'll go to another place.
What
It's
if
not-
it's not
it's nobody's
convenient for you to go to somewhere else and make it happen?
You have to go to somewhere else. How will
If
you
it is not
no.
convenient
It's-
for you, then how do you
define
go about it?
convenience?
Okay, no, let's say, okay, like he made mention, let's say this sweet now. You
Okay.
really need it.
All right.
It's something you need.
Okay.
And this is the only place you get it. There is nowhere else around here that you get it.
Okay.
So what do? Will you say because they added 20 now to that?
They travel to Abuja to
You
now
if
buy
you don't want to buy it, you leave it.
That's what I'm saying. If it
And
is
aside
very
that,
important,
you can sue because you're selling above the normal
why would you
price.
sue? This is
You
You are
not
selling
Yeah,
above
yeah,
the
yeah.
no. That's the problem we have. A lot of people use the word "this is Nigeria" to make bad things continue happening. you don't use this is Nigeria to make things
Okay,
continue
sorry,
getting
sorry,
worse.
sorry, sorry.
Now,
Let, let me come. Let me just
let's
say
now come
something now.
into
Let me
the
just say something now. You are saying that okay, because of that I use this is Nigeria, that you are allowing bad things to happen. Now, let's leave this thing aside now. If you're talking about this now, let's just go around. Let's make it a general something. This sweet, for instance, now I bought the sweet for like 5 naira, and I'm
Okay.
selling for 10 naira. I'm making a profit of 5 naira extra, right? Now the next someone else might come to buy from me, and is buying at that same 10 naira. The person is reselling. Now, will you say that okay because this person is higher than mine?
Okay, let me answer that question now. We all know that there's a general price for particular goods and services. Yes or no?
Yes.
There's a general price. So if you know this sweet is 15 naira and you go to get the sweet and they're telling you it's 20 naira, honestly, would you buy it for 15 naira? For 20 naira?
And that's
Hold on. I'm coming somewhere. You would not. Because you know there's a particular price for this product. Yeah. Now, the thing is, people don't influence products because of their personal problem.
They do.
No, you don't.
They do.
It is
Well,
wrong. It is illegal.
From
It is
your own
wrong.
perspective,
Let's
they
not
do.
go far.
It is wrong.
We
It's
are
illegal.
economic
Implications.
Yes.
of Ponzi
Ponzi.
scheme.
Yeah.
That is another topic for another day.
Okay.
How does Ponzi scheme affect the economy?
Yeah.
Because whether I like it or not, directly or indirectly,
It affects
prices
the
of things soar.
Yeah.
How?
Like I give an example.
It does
I
not.
lost 10 million naira to
It is individual.
Now,
It does
I
not.
own a supermarket. I can decide to increase my price.
No.
That is why you buy a bottle of water at a popular supermarket, 350 naira, 380.
Because of aesthetic,
Go to
bro.
your
In
nearby,
quotes.
You buy it
In
200.
you buy it
quotes. Wait.
500 naira.
Chill. I don't understand what you guys are trying to say. It is called aesthetic.
Okay.
Hold on, chill.
I'm not about aesthetics.
Look at this thing. That place, they are not just giving you the product, they are selling service to you.
Did you hear what I said?
Hold on, I'm coming.
Did you hear? I said
Hold
I
on.
bought it 350 at a supermarket.
Wow.
And I'm coming
I
near my
see-
house. I'm buying it 500 naira.
I still don't believe that.
Beside my house. What is beautiful about a shop?
Wait.
They're making
See,
us-
I don't know the supermarket that does that kind of thing, but I've bought a lot of things in places like in supermarket, and we know. I don't know for you if it's different. Now, when you go to supermarket, it's way expensive than what you see in the regular shop. I don't know if it's true.
It's not.
It's more. It's
not
it's
It's actually
Not
cheap.
in the
actually
supermarket.
cheaper.
It's cheaper than what you see in the
Yes,
shop.
yes.
Wow.
And you know,
Interesting.
It's
I just give an example of bottled water here.
Yeah.
I buy bottled water regularly. You go to market, you buy 380. I think the price now for is 380.
Yeah.
Go to your nearby house.
It's 500.
500 naira.
Exactly.
So are you telling me the nearby house is more beautiful than supermarket? It's not. Because when it comes there, they will calculate the prices of the transport those and carry that.
Exactly.
Add manual labor to it and increase the price. If you're not buying, you get out. But they will still say people will come and buy it there. I still buy it there because I feel the supermarket is far from where I stay. I have no choice. I have to buy from her. If I go to town, I cannot buy a bulk from town. But if I'm not going to town, I buy from her.
Chill. For me, my understanding is when you go to supermarket, it's quite costly.
Yeah, get to understand
Hold on,
this right.
chill. I'll go and find that out. Honestly, I'll do that because most of what I've bought, I've found out that headset and a lot of things. I found out that when you go to the local shop near you, they are cheaper than what you see in the supermarket. I'm very sure about that. That's what I know. But I found out about that. Now, aside that, when you talk about instances of using what you are feeling to determine price of things around you, is only if that person is in monopoly. Meaning that in that area, there is no other person selling that kind of thing. Because when it comes to business, there is always competition. So if you are selling something, she's selling something, and because of CBEX do you strong thing, you want to sell it higher than her, of course you lose more.
Again,
Okay.
let's go back to the topic.
What we are actually
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that first of all, when it comes to nationwide pricing system, Ponzi don't affect it.
okay.
Why? Because there's a regulated price. Because you own an oil and gas company and you did Ponzi and you lose money, you not sell the price of your gas more. It's not possible.
So
There's a
why do we
standard
have
price.
Dangote selling at a price and others just selling at another price?
There's a
There's
price.
what?
Hold on. There's a price limit.
There is a what?
There's a price limit.
So why do I
You
have
cannot
MRS
sell-
selling
Excuse
850 and
Excuse now.
Power Over selling 995?
Hold on. There's a price limit. You cannot sell above that price. Hold on. Now in Nigeria, we are going through a phase where we have a problem of price control. I agree with you. Because naturally in an economy, You should have a price control system that you cannot sell more than this, but you can sell below.
Let's go back to the economic implications.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
It affects the consumer. Okay.
How does it
Like,
affect
for
you?
example,
Because you
like
lose
said
money and you are
before,
selling things together. I'm not coming.
100,000 naira.
Exactly.
You lost 1 million naira.
Exactly.
Now you are 1 million naira short. You are 100,000 naira short.
Richer.
How?
Sure.
Because some people see benefits.
Now we are talking about those that lose money now.
Okay.
What is the implication of this Ponzi scheme in the economy at
In
large?
their, not the.
We say in the economy at large, in the society.
That is
What
the point. That is the point.
implication?
Because the money is still there.
Where?
But
Where is the money?
in the economy circulating.
How?
But it's not in the person's pocket.
What exactly is your conclusion on Ponzi scheme?
I would love to hear from you first.
Let's go. Mr. Timothy, what's your
I think you guys are together, so I should come last. Because if I come first, you even want to niche from our.
No.
from
Just
our-
go ahead. Just go ahead.
You wrote niche from me. You guys go first. I'll come back
What I
later.
want to say is, whenever it is you're watching from,
Yeah.
we all know Ponzi scheme is not good. So I would not be here and preach to you, oh, don't put your money in Ponzi scheme is not. No, we are adults. I mean, we've had experiences. Okay, they say once beaten, twice shy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have been beaten 5 times and they're not shy yet. They will still be beaten more before they report their senses. But it's up to you, yeah. You do what works for you. But I'll tell you, we know Ponzi scheme is not good because you end up losing money and then you start from the scratch, start getting your money back. More schemes will still come in different forms. You have to be able to discern and know the right one for you. I'm not saying any scheme is good or no, just be able to discern to know which is which amongst, because a lot of investment will come. A lot of investments will come. It's just left for you to discern the ones that are good and the ones that are bad. Basically, that's the
Thank
thing.
you. Mr. Timothy.
Okay. Ponzi scheme. Most of when this, should I call them business, comes up, there is nothing written as Ponzi scheme on them. What I used to tell people is, when you are putting your money in something and you are not sure of what you are putting your money in, run.
Okay.
That's what I tell people. I don't criticize the organization trying to do it. I would not go that route, but I'll tell you, if you know you are not sure that what you are putting your money in would give you the profit you determine or you desire, first of all. Secondly, you don't have anybody to hold responsible for your finances. Making more money is not a crime. Making more money is not evil, is not bad. But if you don't have anybody responsible, you know that you cannot pick someone. Oh, if my money goes, this is the person I'm taking. You get. Be careful. But all in all, while trying to make extra cash, protect the one you have as much as possible. And don't put what you cannot afford to lose. Don't put what will make you cry. Even though you're, oh, I'm putting this money and I will cry. Don't put it. So that's just my own take on it.
I won't even support anything concerning it. You understand? As far as anything that has to do with bring one more person to benefit from it, I won't even advise you to go into that. That's a 50-50 chance of even losing. You understand? So I won't even advise anyone to try it at all.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
very much. So, viewers, you've heard from my colleagues here. We've all had our own ideas and our own perspective of what Ponzi schemes are all about. So, in conclusion, please be careful. Whatever you're investing in or whatever you're doing out there, just make sure to know exactly what you're investing into or a particular place you're investing your money. Just be careful and don't lose what you know you cannot endure. So thank you very, very much for watching, and please make sure to follow us on Serenity TV and like, comment, and share. You can share your opinion on our page. Do well to follow us. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you.